Okay, welcome to another video, everyone. So I just recorded a video of the new wallets that have launched on my shop, and I'll link it somewhere up here. Today we're going to be looking at module 3 and module 4. I think I will split the videos, but it's going to depend on how long it's going to be. I don't want to make a too long video that it gets boring. But also, if it's not too long, then I'm absolutely going to put it in one video because I want to record module 3 and 4 today, right now. So module 3 is about your debt attack plan. So basically we're going to be looking at debt today. And module 4 is saving for the future. So you're sinking funds and planning for your savings so that you can make sure that your future is sorted, because a lot of future expenses come and we have no plans, and then we end up using debt to sort that out. So these two modules go hand in hand, and this is why I wanted to record them together. So if you have a BFF, open your debt attack plan, so your module 3, whether it's a PDF or it's an actual physical BFF, you can, or if you don't have it, you can buy it below. I'll link it down here. But also, if you don't have the finances to buy it right now, that's absolutely fine. You can just grab a piece of paper and a pen and you can follow along. My throat is always weird whenever I have to record a video. I'm just gonna have some water. Okay, so let's have a look at the debts that I currently have. So what's going to happen now is we are going to have a debt picture. So basically a debt picture is having a bird's eye view of your current debt. So you're going to write all your debts over here. So the title of your debts, how much you currently owe, how much is going into interest at the end of the month. So basically, when you make that payment, so if you're owing 10,000 Rand and end of the month they deduct 400 Rand from you, how much is actually going into interest though, and how much is actually chipping away that debt? So we're going to write how much is going into interest, and then how much is the minimum payments that is required from you every single month in order to pay off your debt. When is that minimum payment due? And then we're going to decide in what order are we wanting to pay off our debts. Okay, so grab a pen and let's start. Okay. Red. Maybe some of this one. Okay, so debt number 1 is going to be my car. That is my biggest debt, basically, and it's a necessary debt because I do need the car. So car payment. Debt number 2 is my Nedbank credit card. Debt number 3 is my FNB credit card. And then debt number 4 is Vodacom, so my cell phone contract. And these are my current debts so far. So the balance on each of them, so my car, I'm currently, let me get another pen. I'm currently sitting on 157,300 or 800. 157, let's say 800. I'm not sure whether it's 300 or 800, but I will check. My Nedbank credit card, it's on 13,470 Rand that I owe. My FNB credit card is on a big 76,000 Rand. And lastly, my Vodacom is on 1,690. Okay, so this is my current debt picture. Now I'm going to add this together. So 157,800 plus 13,470 plus 76 plus 1690 is 248,960. So that's my current debt. So 248,960 rand is what I owe. Now the interest for each of this. So for my car, okay, get a red pen and zoom you back in. For my car, out of the 2,530 rand or 80 rand that I pay, 1,240 goes into interest. So 1,240 is going into interest. For my net bank, 360 rand goes into interest, which is a lot actually. For my F&B credit card, 1,133 goes into interest, and for Vodacom we are looking at 57 rand that goes into interest. So let me add all of this as well. So 1,240 plus 360 plus 1,133 and lastly 57 rand. So every single month out of my income, 2,790 rand goes into interest, just making the bank rich basically. So in total it is 2,790 that goes into interest. Now the minimum payment that is required from me at the end of the month, every month, from these 4 debts. So for my car, it is the usual 2,580 that you already know about. You see it every month when I do my budget. I know I've been all over the place, MIA. I'm going through a lot, guys. Like sometimes I think I'm fine and then I realize I'm not. So it's just, I'm slowly getting back into social media. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to record myself. So I'm just trying to get back into it, but I'm getting there. Net bank, 750 is required every month. F&B credit card is 1,300. And Vodacom is 4,250. Okay, so every single month this is what comes out of my account. So let's calculate it. So 2,580 plus 750 plus 1,300 and 4,250, which equals to 5,05250. Now what I want you to do is, once you've calculated your minimum payment, take your income and minus that and then see what is left out of it. That's when you know if you are in trouble or you're still on the right track, and all you need to do is just get rid of this payment. So for now, if I had to take this and I minus the interest, 2,790, only 2,262 rand goes to my debt. But every month I pay 5,000, but only 50% of that is going to debt, which is terrible. It's not good. So I need to get rid of this debt. So once my Vodacom contract ends, I'm done with it. just so I can save another 42250. But also I have to let you guys know that out of this 42250, I claim back 350 rand from work. So I'm technically only paying 70 rand to my phone. So I just need to let you guys know that. But this is still a deduction, and then the claim comes back like a few weeks later. So the due date for these minimum payments, so for my car, it's always payday. So I'm going to say the 25th. Nedbank is always just after payday, so I will say the 26th. I always have to make sure I've got enough. F&B credit card is always like the 30th, and Vodacom is also on payday. Okay, and then the order, I would like to pay it off. So now this is when you ask yourself, are you wanting to use the avalanche method or the snowball method? So snowball method basically means you're paying off the debt with the smallest amount first. The avalanche method means you're paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. So let's have a look at both methods on my situation. So if I had to use the snowball method, I would have to just pay off Vodacom first and get it done. And then I know I'm done with it, which I'll be done with it in May. If I had to use the avalanche method, I would have a look who has the highest interest rate here. And currently it is the F&B credit card. If we are looking at, this is my minimum payments and this is how much is going to interest, which means I need to start chipping away this debt so that out of this minimum payments, the interest rates can also go down. So currently what I am using is the avalanche method, which is kind of my own method as well. Like it's like avalanche method mixed with my own method, because I'm not going to start with the F&B credit card. I'm going to start with the second highest interest rate debt, which is my Nedbank credit card, but also it has the lowest amount of the Vodacom. So as you can see, I'm using snowball and avalanche together. Okay, so number one that I'm trying to pay off, let's use a red pen. Number one that I am trying to pay off is Nedbank. So I want that one gone soon. Number two is going to be Vodacom. And then number three will be FNB. And the last one will be the car. So this is the order that I am going to work with. I want to aggressively start attacking this one. That was the goal from January, but things happened, funerals, money, a lot happened. So now I'm getting back into it. So I'm aggressively trying to get rid of my Nedbank credit card, but I'm not going to close the credit card. I'm just going to reduce the limits to like 3,000 Rand, and I'm going to use it to create a good credit score. But I will get there when I get there, and I will obviously share with you as well. So this is basically my debt picture. Now I have an idea of how much I owe. This is the total amount. How much goes into interest? That's the total amount. How much is the minimum payment every month? That's the total amount. So if I take my income right now, so for example, if I get paid 15,000 Rand, that means I actually am getting paid 10,000 Rand, because 5,000 Rand out of my 15,000 Rand is already going to go into debt, which means I only have 10,000 Rand to work with for rent, for bills, for food, for transportation, for everything else. Now you have to ask yourself that, are you in the red or are you in the green? Which means, are you in trouble? Or are you okay and you just need to make sure you get rid of this as soon as possible? If you are in trouble, that's when you'll make different decisions, like getting another income so that it can help you. Because sometimes you cannot get rid of some expenses. Some expenses are a need, like rent, for example. You cannot get rid of that. You need a shelter. Like transportation, you cannot get rid of that. You need to get to work and back. So that's when you'd ask yourself, what will I do then if I'm in trouble? You would need to get another income. If it means selling some things that you don't use at home anymore, starting a side hustle, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you are figuring out how can you get rid of this debt, but with another income, because the current income that you have is in trouble. So for example, let's say you get paid 8,000 Rand. And if this is going to debt, you're left with 3,000 Rand. And if your rent is 2,000 Rand and your transport is 2,000 Rand, that means now you're on a minus 1,000. That means you're never going to get rid of this, because now you're going to get more debt to help you. You're going to start borrowing money, you're going to get loans, etc. So you don't want to be in a situation like that. So you look at this, minus it from your income, and have a look at what you're working with and take it from there. Okay, so now we have basically established our debt, and now there's a section here to set goals. This is not important, but you know me, I'm a goal person. So goal number 1 for me is to pay off my Nedbank credit card by June. Pay off credit card. Okay, and goal number 2 is to pay 30,000 Rand off my F&B credit card by December. Let's put it here. And from by December. And goal number 3, I don't really have a third goal, but maybe it would be to not accumulate any more debt. So it's to not accumulate anymore. I want to be as debt-free as possible. I know it's not going to happen this year, but the lower the better. Okay, so this is our module 3 done. Now we're going to fill in our debt trackers. So if you turn that page around, this is for my F&B, the 38,000 Rand. I just divided the 76 by 2. So now let's work with this one for my Nedbank credit card. Okay, I'll zoom you guys in again. So if you have a look at this tracker, it's got the debt name, total balance, interest rate, minimum fee, monthly due, months to go, and payoff date, like goal payoff date. And then you can start tracking from there. So let's fill it in together. Okay, so debt name, it's going to be the Nedbank credit card. Nedbank credit card, the total balance for the Nedbank credit card, we're going to put down the starting balance, which was 15,300 Rand. Okay, the interest rate for that is 31%, very high, but it's credit cards. They like that anyways. Again, I'm not encouraging using credit cards over loans. I know my loan had a lower interest rate, but the credit card, if I have an emergency, I can still use it. Again, highlight emergency, not just using credit cards. with the loan, I needed to get rid of it because if I had an emergency, I'm still screwed. So now I'm just tackling my credit cards, but if anything had to happen right now, I can still use it. Okay, but I'm not encouraging it. Okay, let's get back to filling in the tracker. So the minimum fee for the credit card is $750 according to the balance. So that minimum fee will go down according to the balance. So when the balance is low to like 7,000, the minimum fee won't be 750. But I will just keep putting 750 anyways. Monthly due date is the 27th, I think, or 26. I'm just gonna say 26. Just make sure I have enough money when the debit order goes off. Months to go to pay it off. So it is currently February. March, April, May, June. So I have 4 months to go to pay it off. So I need to work hard on that. Goal payoff date is going to be end of June. So I'm just going to say June 25th. June 25th is my goal payoff date. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate how many puzzles are there and then know how much each puzzle is worth. So there is 4 pieces here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces. 16 groups. So if I go 4 times 16, it's 64 pieces. And then I need to go 15,300 divided by 64 is 239. So each piece is worth 240. So 240 rands is each piece. So every time I put in 240 rand, I need to color in. The current balance is 13,470 rands. So if I go, let's just go 15,300 minus 13,470 is 1,830 that I've paid so far on the Nedbank credit card. And then if I divide this by 240 equals 7.6. So I can color in 7 pieces. So if I go 240 times 7, 1,600 rand that I am coloring in basically. So if I grab my pencil crayon, if I find it, okay, I found the red one, and I'm gonna color in 7 pieces. Okay, so that is done. So now when I fill in the tracker, I'm not gonna fill it in 17 times, but what I can do, so out of this 1,680, because it's been just January and February, I'm gonna divide it by 2 and go 840 per month, just to show you how to fill in the tracker, even though it's not gonna be 840 exactly deducted, but it's what we are tracking. So I'm going to say on the 25th of December, yes, for January income. So I'm going to go 20, okay, because 25th was Christmas. Let's say 28th of December. I paid 840, which means the new balance. So if we go 15,300 minus 840, the new balance was 14,460. 14,460. So now if we take the current balance, so 14,460, sorry, minus the 13,470 minus 13,470, 990 from the January income. So let's go the 25th of Jan, 990, which equals the new balance of 13,470. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing, and I hope you really do understand it. You track on the current balance. You don't track on how much was actually deducted from you, because if I had to track what is actually deducted from me, it won't make sense because of the interest rate. And this is how we're going to fill in our debt trackers. So if I turn this around as well, I am going to also try and pay off my F&B credit card. The 76,000 I just divided by 2, which made it 38,000. So the goal is this 30,000, this 38,000, and the interest rate is 21%. Minimum fees 1,300 rand. Monthly due dates is the 30th, but I put 29th to make sure on the 29th I have the money in there. Months to go is 48 months because I want to try and pay it off by the December 2025. Okay. And there's another tracker over here. And then if you want to create your own tracker, draw your own tracker, write your own notes, stick some stuff here, you absolutely can. And this is our debt module, which is module number 3. And now we're about to move on to module number 4. Since we are 28 minutes in the video, I'm not going to make it a very long video, so I'm going to cut off the video over here, and I'm going to upload the other video soon of the sinking fund, so the module number 4, which is our final module in the BFF. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, comment down below, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't. I've noticed 70% of people who watch my videos have not subscribed. I checked the analytics, so please subscribe. It's free. It's really going to support my channel, and it also gives me an idea of the kind of videos you enjoy watching, because when you look at the analytics, you can see what video brought in more subscribers. So if these kind of videos brought in more subscribers, then these are the kind of videos that I need to keep recording, which obviously probably are more helpful to you as well. So thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely Sunday, and I love you guys so much.